Good afternoon, one and all. My dear student, today we will going to discuss about the next part, next unit. Today we start having name is frequency selective network, and in frequency selective network we first go through the basics of the resonance circuit, how the resonance circuit will be work, which circuit is called as the resonance circuit, what are the different types of the resonance circuit. That part we will see it first. In the content there is a series resonance, parallel resonance. Important parameter of the resonance, that is the resonance frequency omega 0, half power frequencies omega 1, omega 2, its bandwidth, quality factor and its application. That part we will see in this video and my next upcoming video. The introduction. The resonance is the condition is an RLC circuit in which the capacitive and reactive reactance are equal in magnitude and thereby resulting in a purely resistive impedance. Means both the impedance, input impedance and output impedance, both are equal if the capacitive reactance Xc which is equal to the reactive reactance XL. The resonance circuit are useful for the constructing of the filters and many more applications in the electronic industry. That's why this is very important concept we will able to learn and understand the basic things. Basically the resonance, if the resistance R, inductor L and capacitor C are connected in a series or parallel, which act as the resonance property if its capacitive reactance which is equal to the inductive reactance, then your circuit is a purely resistive impedances. Then the series resonance. Here in case of the series resonance, your resistor, inductor and capacitor are connected in series and you are able to apply the voltage Vs having the Vm its magnitude at an angle of the theta. Due to that the voltage source, the current is able to flow through the circuit from resistance R, its voltage drop across is the I into R, then L di by dt, and then 1 upon C integration of the I of C into T dt. Means this equation we will able to form for the series resonance circuit. Basically here once the resistance R, inductor L and capacitor are connected in a series which act upon the inductive property and capacitive property, their inductance and capacitance both are equal, then this circuit is behaves as the resonance circuit. Then at a resonance what happen? At a resonance the impedance consists only the resistive component R. Means in the impedance consists only the resistive component R and the value of the current should be maximum. Hence the total impedance is the minimum. Once the current is the maximum, then the total impedance is the minimum and the voltage and current are in phase. The voltage and current are in phase. Then the maximum power occurred at the resonance since the power factor is the unity. Then in case of the series resonance, what happens in case of the series resonance? That part we have seen here. The total impedance of the series RLC circuit. This is the series RLC circuit where R, L and C are connected in a series. Then we have find out here total impedance. The total impedance Z total which is equal to R plus JXL minus JXC. Actually XC which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC. XC is the capacitance and XL is the inductance, and basically it will be written Z total which is equal to R plus J omega L or JXL plus 1 upon JXC, and it will be able to travel from denominator to numerator. It will be acting as the minus JXC. That's why here Z total which is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. Then from that equation we have understand that how to find out the total impedance Z total. So what we do here at a resonance where XL which is equal to XC, means we do here XL which is equal to XC then your series RLC circuit is at a resonance. Then the impedance now reduced to Z total, which is equal to R. It's basically your impedance and resistance both are having the same parameters. Therefore, the current is flowing through the circuit. Once your circuit is at a resonance, means here XL minus XC and both are equal, this parameter come to the 0 and Z total, which is equal to R, which is already calculated, Z total which is equal to R. Then current at a resonance, how much the current is able to flowing at a resonance, because these two R impedance should be equal, therefore only this resistance should be available. That's why Im, which is equal to Vs upon Z total, therefore Vs which is equal to Vm, that's why your current is at a resonance, Im which is equal to Vm upon R. Then resonance frequency. Then how to find out the resonance frequency here? The resonance frequency is the frequency where condition of the resonance occurs. Means your XL which is equal to XC, means for this case where XL which is equal to XC, then your impedance Z which is equal to R into J, XL minus XC, and XL and XC both are equal, hence there is that term should become to the 0, therefore your total impedance which is equal to R. And for that case we have to find out the resonant frequency, and resonant frequency should be calculated omega 0. Basically omega is stands for the angular frequency and its value which is equal to 2 pi f. Therefore omega 0 for this case omega 0 which is equal to 1 upon square root of LC, radians per second. So from that equation we calculated the value of the frequency f. Then how to calculate omega, which is equal to basically here omega which is equal to 2 pi f, therefore omega 0 which is equal to 2 pi f0, means here is the 2 pi f0 which is equal to 1 upon under root of LC. Therefore 2 pi f0 which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. In this way we have to be calculated the resonant frequency, means the equation for the resonant frequency is f0 which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. Then half power frequency. Basically the concept of this half power frequency is that half power frequency is the frequency when the magnitude of the output voltage or current is decreased by the factor of the 1 upon root 2 from its maximum value. Means basically there is a 70.77% of the maximum current is able to flow through the circuit. So it's also known as the cutoff frequency, means upper cutoff frequency and the lower cutoff frequency. Here is the lower cutoff frequency omega 1 which is equal to minus R upon 2L plus under root of R upon 2L bracket raised to square plus 1 upon LC radians per second. Basically this is the lower cutoff frequency, and in case of the upper cutoff frequency omega 2 which is equal to R upon 2L plus root of R upon 2L square plus 1 upon LC. It's only the difference between these two is that where negative sign is used for the lower cutoff frequency and positive sign will be used for the upper cutoff frequency. Then how to find out the bandwidth? The next parameter is the bandwidth. Means here in previously we have calculated the resonant frequency, and that resonant frequency f0 which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root of LC. Means first parameter we calculated the resonant frequency. Second parameter we calculated the half power frequency which is the 1 upon root 2 of its maximum value, which is called as the cutoff frequency, means lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. Then the next parameter we find out the bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is the beta is the defined difference between the two half power frequencies. Means it is the difference between the two half power frequency, and the width of that response curve is determined by the bandwidth. That's why R which is equal to, for this case R which is equal to omega C2 minus omega C1 radians per second, and here beta which is equal to R upon L radian per second. Here is the omega C2 means 1 upon basically 1 upon xc2, 1 upon xc2, and xc2 and xc1 means here is there are the two different frequencies. There is a lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. Then from this graph is able to show the current responsive curve, means your angular frequency, and that angular frequency should be varying with current. And here for that case what happens, here is the lower cutoff frequencies, means here upper cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency, means this frequency is the 70.7% of the maximum current is able to flow from that two cutoff frequency. There is a lower cutoff frequency and a upper cutoff frequency. At a central frequency where the current is flowing through the circuit is the Vm upon R, which is nothing but the I maximum. And here angular frequency omega versus the current to show the characteristics, means at a lower cutoff frequency and here the 70.7% of the maximum current is able to flow through the circuit, and from lower cutoff frequency to the central frequency your frequency should be goes to the increases, then current is also goes to the increases, and once the central frequency should be achieved, then the maximum current is a flow through the circuit. Once the current is once the frequencies again goes to the increases at the upper cutoff frequency, then frequency goes increases but current flowing through the RLC circuit goes to the decreases. And from the upper cutoff frequency again at a omega 2 where 70.7% of the maximum current is able to flow through the circuit, and the difference between these two frequency is called as the bandwidth. Then we see the next figure, which is called as the voltage responsive curve. In case of the same thing, in case of the voltage responsive curve is again depends upon the here Im upon R, means at a upper cutoff frequency and the lower cutoff frequency the 70.7% of the maximum voltage drop you want to getting from this lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. Once the frequency goes on the increases from omega 1 to omega 0, then here is also voltage drop across the circuit is also goes on the increases. But at the central frequency omega 0 where maximum voltage drop you have obtained from the circuit, once the frequency again goes increases from central frequency to the upper cutoff frequency, the frequency goes on the increases, your current is goes on the decreases, means from omega 0 to omega 2 the inversely proportional relationship should be happen, and in omega 1 to omega 0 from that case your frequency goes on the increases, then current is also goes on the increases, means there is a linear relationship is obtained in between the frequency omega 1 to omega 0. Then next parameter we calculated quality factor. What is mean by the quality factor? The ratio of the resonance frequency to the bandwidth, means the ratio of the resonant frequency to the bandwidth, which is called as the quality factor. And this quality factor Q, which is equal to omega 0 upon beta, beta which is equal to R upon L, then quality factor Q which is equal to omega 0 L upon R. So here the sharpness of the responsive curve could be measured by the quality factor Q. Then when your quality factor is high, it is to be high quality factor circuit when the quality factor is equal or greater than 10, means once your quality factor is value should be greater than 10, then and then only we called it is your resonance circuit having the high quality factor. Then for high quality circuit where Q is greater than 10, the half power frequencies for all practical purposes and symmetrical around the resonant frequency can be approximated. Then how to find out here? Here is the omega 0 minus omega 1, means in the lower cutoff frequency, which is the bandwidth is beta by 2, and here omega 2 minus omega 0, it is the plus beta by 2. Then we calculated the value omega 1, which is equal to omega 0 minus beta by 2, and omega 2 is approximately equal to omega 0 plus beta by 2. Then quality factor versus the bandwidth. See here is the greatest selectivity, medium selectivity, and the least selectivity. According to that, the quality factor. Once at a least selectivity, your bandwidth should be high. Means this is the B1. The bandwidth should be high, and once the bandwidth should be high, having the least selectivity. Once you have to be going to decreases the bandwidth of the system, then your wave should be going to be sharpening. And at this second case, your bandwidth is the B2. At that time, your wave is slightly compressed, and which is called as the medium selectivity. And once your bandwidth is very less or narrow, in this case your signal having the greatest selectivity. Here is the greatest selectivity should be obtained. So lower the value of the quality factor, larger the bandwidth and lower the selectivity, and higher the value of the quality factor, smaller the bandwidth and higher the selectivity. So maximum power dissipated. In case of the maximum power dissipated in the series RLC circuit, how to calculate it? The average power dissipated by the RLC circuit is, your power is dissipated is the 1/2 of the I square R. Means I square R means I into V into I is the power. Half of the power should be generated. That's why P of omega 0, which is equal to 1/2 I square R. And the maximum power dissipated at the resonance, where I, which is equal to Vm upon R. Thus the maximum power is dissipated is P of omega 0, which is equal to 1/2 Vm square upon R. Then again the power dissipated at two frequencies, lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. At a certain frequency where omega, which is equal to omega 1 and omega 2, then dissipated power is the half of the maximum power. When the omega 1 and omega 2 both are equal, and which is equal to the omega. That's why P of omega 1, which is equal to P of omega 2, which is equal to 1/2 Vm upon root 2 bracket square upon R. And here Vm square upon 2 to 4 means Vm square upon 4R. Hence omega 1 and omega 2 are called a half power frequency. Then here is the one simple example is given. So all my friends, dear students, you solve this example. If the R, which is equal to 2 ohm, L, which is equal to 1 Henry, and C, which is equal to 0.4 microfarad. So calculate the resonant frequency omega 0, then half power frequency omega 1 and omega 2, then bandwidth is the beta, and amplitude of the current at omega 0, omega 1 and omega 2. Here is also to given the practice problem for the series resonance circuit, R, which is equal to 4 ohm and L, which is equal to 25 millihenry. So calculate the value of C that will produce a quality factor of 50, and find the two resonant frequency omega 1 and omega 2 and beta, and to determine its value if the Vm is 100 volt. So my dear student, I hope that all of you understand the resonance circuit and frequency selective network. If any doubts, any query, please write on my comment page. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. Thank you very much.